Va salute. This is Troy Pacelli of Last Call, and I'm just here to let you know that the following live stream is rated R for adult language, highly inappropriate jokes, and oh, who the are we kidding? We have no idea what is going to come out of Gorilla's mouth. Viewer discretion is advised.
Friday night's here, the gang's all set. Time for the Waltons, the best one yet. Gorilla's got takes, never to tame. Resolute germ stays true to the name. Harry's got wisdom, PvP's got fire. Mikey's got jokes that never expire. Commodore Boone with the captain's call. We break it all down, we cover it all. Lights down low, set the scene. Family stories on the screen. Laughs and debates, come on through. Friday night, Walton's crew. The time to be, Connor with the boy, then front to be. Pennings is Wolverine about to play. Urban Gang lonely Wilson's play. Take a one more, we hit just wrist. Ready in the lights, body it says. That kid's cast never wear the old. The bat from the smoothie, the orange bear. All the calm, this raw poor has. Friday's like schmally, gusting best. Lights down low, set the scene. Family stories on the screen. Laughs and debate, come on crew. Friday night, Walton's crew.
And hello, everyone, and welcome to another Waltons review. Where tonight we are reviewing Season 4, Episode 14, The Waltons, The Intruders, where I was expecting someone to break in the house and John giving him some bird shot in the ass, but that's not what we got tonight. With me, I got Resolute Germ. How are you doing?
Okay, how you doing, Gorilla?
It's kind of a day. Nothing I can talk about online there because I don't want it traced back to me. Mikey, how are you doing?
Oh, just fine, Gorilla. Suzanne's getting through okay with her tendonitis, and both her knees have to be worked on. But and also special prayers for Larry, of course, because he's got his big, appointment next week. The 27th, his big surgery. So it's a little, things are okay. I mean, it's kind of at a tension level right now. But one thing I do want to say about the episode is I was very happy to see Wilford Brimley. He for a while, like Abe Vigoda, people was like, is Abe dead? Or no, he's alive. Or they did the same thing with Wilford Brimley for a time, and then he did finally pass. But yeah, it was good to see him in this episode at least.
Yeah. And let's say hello to the chat. Mikey in here apparently telling me not to forget the poll.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, Sit Dad had to make a comment here, make it dirty.
I know he had to make a snide comment. I understand. Totally. Yeah.
Polls can be fun. Yeah. Hey, Tim, how's it going? Welcome.
Hey, Tim.
And welcome
hey,
to you, Sit Dad. It's person don't want to see any of us on a poll. Oh, come on, you don't want to see my fat ass try to climb around a pole? He's saying good evening for cakes. Great girl. The rashes would suffer from going up and down the pole would be devastating. You just got to know how to properly use the pole and use proper amount of Vaseline.
No, got to use a lot of lube. It's a pole after all. Vaseline won't just do it by itself. I used to date a stripper. Experience, trust me. She told me what it was like. I was like, okay, well, I don't want to know.
Yeah, and
That's all right.
let's see, 1975, I believe, and
Yeah,
okay,
1975.
some Roman numbers there. See this pull? Excuse me while I whip this out.
Oh my God, Tim! You didn't go there. Oh man. Oh shit.
Oh man, that's about
How did
bad.
I
I made the
start?
comment to Bradley today when I was complaining about my hand hurting there he goes, you doing it too he made the jacket off motion going, doing it too much or not enough, and I looked at him going, you really want to start having this conversation? Because we'll start having this conversation. It ain't PvP.
Oh, hey, welcome PvP.
Hey guys, sorry I'm a bit late, but I ended
Oh,
up
that's
putting
all
in
right, man.
I ended up
We
putting
got
in
started.
37 minutes of free overtime once again. Damn.
Woohoo.
It's been
hey.
well, yeah. I mean, I got to get the call reports done, and my boss don't pay overtime, so you get a little bit behind, bit by bit during the week, and it was one of those crazy weeks. Well, I had two new agents, so I'm up to 7 now. So it was a hectic week.
Well,
let's put it that way.
Well, once you become the 51st state, that'll be illegal.
Yeah, well,
Ah,
it's getting beyond crazy with all that stuff, actually.
yeah, I just saw some RCMP. I saw some soldiers go over near Manitoba waiting for your Trump troops to walk in.
I don't know what's going on. The political situation around the whole world seems to have gone bonkers.
Oh, this whole world's gone shit.
Well, let's escape from the real world here and start with our prologue.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that.
Whoever sees his father clearly. I believe I often saw my father not as he was, but as I needed him to be. Then one difficult autumn, I had a chance to glimpse the whole man and understand him more fully. All right. Oh, and tonight we are going to have a special game here where we're going to sit there and guess which segment's going to get claimed this week.
Oh, cool. Yeah, all right.
So is there still a claim on 90% of last week?
They dropped it.
Oh, good.
They dropped it.
It's so silly.
So now they're on a winding road here, and they're getting tailgated here. If John was right, we've done the proper thing to do with this asshole here, but of course they probably didn't have insurance back then, was just slam on the brakes and have him rear end his ass, then get out and go, ow, 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 my neck, my neck, my neck, ow, 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 ow. 500,000, please.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
a little bit before the insurance time.
Yeah, I don't think they could get away with it back in those days.
Yeah. By the way,
well, they had no insurance back then.
Well, yeah, that's why.
Right. But I wanted to laugh when you just said long and winding road. Little did we know, 35 years later, Paul McCartney of the Beatles would be singing about a long and winding road.
Let's actually come around. And here, Ben's got a new what's the equivalent to a boy toy for the girl side?
Oh, servant master?
No, the boy toy is the one where you hang out with them for a while, and the only thing you really do is surround his fun.
He's just a friend.
Yeah, he's the boy toy at this point.
Yeah, he is the boy toy. I was accused of being one in high school myself.
Yeah.
The cheerleaders called me a boy toy.
Yeah, but here he's throwing around the house here.
Hi, Courtney.
Yeah.
Hi, Aaron. Oh, did you want to use a swing?
No, never mind.
Oh, that's just kind of like a bitch move. So there's some of the family there, blah, blah, blah. He meets some of the mother, Courtney, doing the flowers. Here.
Hey, Courtney.
And he's cock-blocked by his brother.
Ah, crap. Hey, if you want to make time with a girl, don't bring her to a home with 7 people in it.
Hey, there's plenty of nice places to go, like the Red Oak or something.
I told you not to say that.
Yeah, that's what he should have done. I was just thinking the same thing, girl. He should have taken her.
Wow. Safe words. Safe words.
Let's see. Bass don't play overtime. Or boss don't. cheap.
Well, not really. She does.
What the hell?
She did give me $100 gift card at Christmas, so that's not being cheap.
Let's see, the long and winding road that leads to the door will never disappear. I see that road before, always leads me here. Lead me to you, door.
Oh wow, Tim,
Really?
you're just quoting song lyrics from the song now.
Okay. And I just posted that, and
He swings both
she
ways.
swings
I
both
see.
ways.
Oh God, no.
So
I think
anyhow,
Tim's suggesting early lesbian in the 1930s.
all right. So she wants to take the mule out for a ride, take Blue for a ride. You know. Never mind. They pull. And they deliver things that you're in this year.
All right, how's the world treating you? Fair to middling, John. John Boy, they fire.
What the hell does he mean by fair to middling? Like, I understand the fair part, but the middling part, what the hell is that supposed to even mean?
Well, middling as in not great, not terrible.
Not terrible.
It's middling.
No.
Yeah. Could be worse, could be better. Middling.
Not
You're in
quite
the middle.
fair, but not horrible.
Same thing.
Yeah. And hello, Suzanne Exteen. Welcome.
Yeah, hey, Suzanne, how's it going?
Hey, Suzanne.
Yeah.
Are you out of that college?
No, they just laid me off for a day or two while they erased the blackboards.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I make that joke a lot when I have the day off, over, especially like on Jill Street.
Right.
Want this load over there?
Barn's coming along real good, Harsh. Yeah, and at this rate, I'll move the first cow in a year or two. John, we've been doing business together a long time.
Oh, right there, that tone right there, you knew. He's out of the fuck off there. I knew it as soon as he said that tone right there.
Well, he's going to lower the boom on him. You could tell when you heard that. You're like, oh, fuck. Something's wrong.
Yeah. Well, we got Suzanne here saying hello to everyone.
Hello, Suzanne.
Hey, Suzanne.
That's for sure. Been friends ever since we sprouted. That's right, Harsh.
So, yeah, that's kind of like an interesting thing there. That ever since we were sprouted, he's like, so.
Yeah, you were producing together in
me.
the same backyard.
Fucking cat keeps biting me.
Oh, the cat bit
John,
you?
I hate to back out on an order, but that's to fix them in.
And there's Wilford
I'll
Brimley.
take what
I'm
you
a
brought
Wilford
today.
Brimley, and I'm alive.
Maybe he can't do business with John anymore because he needs money for his diabetes medication.
Well, I was telling them briefly, PvP, the rumor mills were always going around about either Abe Vigoda or Wilford Brimley. And they did. No, he's still alive. Oh, come on. I know they're dead. No, they're still alive.
Yeah, they outlived their death rumors by a couple of decades, did they not?
Yeah, they did.
Are we ready
Red
to
Fox,
go again?
same problem.
We ready to go again?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir.
New folks milling lumber over at the old Dawkins place. It's good lumber, and they're selling at a better price. Things being the way they are, I got to take them up on it.
I don't see how they're doing that, Harsh. Not to doubt your word.
Yeah, John's kind of curious now. Now,
He
maybe-
looks kind of out of place. No, I'm just saying. I know he's a farmer and things, but he looks kind of out of place because if I recall correctly, people that wore those kind of caps either worked for the railroad, like they were railroad workers or watchmen or some shit, or they worked on the rails itself.
oh, that's a popular style. But you can tell he's disappointed. He just can't look John in the eye here, canceling the
Yeah.
contract.
That's rude too,
Well, he is kind of ashamed, I guess, of himself that he's just
I'd be
gotta go
ashamed.
with the cheaper, business.
Right.
Well, my guess was, we find out later in the episode how they do it. But my guess is they're pulling a fucking, what was that oil tycoon in the 1980s? He's pulling a Rockefeller. This Murdoch was.
Rockefeller, okay.
Rupert Murdoch? Is that who you're talking about?
Are you talking about Rupert
Murdoch Milling Company?
No.
No.
The Rockefeller strategy, sell at a huge loss, but rely on your bankroll as long as it takes to put the other guy out of business, then you can jack up your prices to make up for the losses. It's how Rockefeller made all his money.
Yeah, he put all the competition out of business by selling at a loss, knowing that they couldn't figure they could outlast them.
Anywho.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're already selling rock bottom.
I feel real bad about it, John.
No need to, Harsh.
Their name's Murdoch. Murdoch Wood Products.
John's being way too nice on this. But I was kind of got a glimpse at that wood that they're pulling out of there. Their wood looks kind of little shitty there, coming out of there.
Yeah, I find another little bit of irony. You're calling this Murdoch Wood Products, but if I recall correctly, a few years later, the A-Team had Howling Mad Murdoch with the same exact spelling and everything, and he was a nut job. So I just thought that was quite ironic when I watched this. I was like, wow, okay. Creativity.
All right.
So if we went about a mile or so up from where we were, would have got.
Okay, so yeah, they're talking about going to the old chimney there. They're real close to the Red Oak and all that. And
yeah.
Good boy.
That was fun. But there wasn't it.
Oh, come on. One of these times they could just hit Blue on the back of the ass and go, yeah! That would go fast.
Yeah. So anyhow, this is where she leaves.
Hey.
Blue. Your nose.
Well, if you just throw
Well,
it.
maybe if I
Courtney, why?
a little bit, that might help.
Well, she leaves it there. Here's why.
I think I'm older than you are.
8 days?
I'm not talking about years. I mean, I'm ready to be an adult. And you're stuck in all this childhood.
Childhood?
Yeah,
So
Ben,
she's
childhood.
reached that cunt age of her development. She's going to be a bitch for the next 10 years.
Oh. The worst years. All right. So yeah, then.
Bye, Ben.
Well, she did give him a peck on the cheek there. So then he just starts off. He tells him, I think this is the first time we've seen a shot like this from the stairway.
Yeah, they got a new camera set up, and they wanted to show it off.
Yeah, I don't think we ever have seen this angle from the stairway, have we, before?
I don't know. I like this.
It's nice.
Angle.
It's a nice change of view. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, what are you two looking so glum about?
You got something to think about, Pa.
There's competition moving in, Grandpa.
Ben's gone crazy.
What are you talking about?
Well, he's upstairs packing.
And John's like, fuck. Another thing to pile onto my plate. Fuck. Holy shnikes is the chat to go. And Tim says, idea for the next movie watch party. All Quiet on the Western Front from 1979 with Richard Thomas. Didn't we already watch that one?
If you
I
did,
believe so, but it was quite a long time ago.
Yeah, if it was before I was.
Or did we miss that? Or did we skip that one there? Because I had something come up on that Sunday. Because I remember doing a month there where we were doing one from each major war, and we did the Patriot, that movie about all those black guys. I think we were going to do a fight on the front for World War One. Then I can't remember what we did for World War Two.
Well, I know you did the Battle Beyond the Stars with Richard Thomas. I don't think you've ever done All Quiet on the Western Front, though.
Okay. And hey, Jim, how's it going?
Hey, Jim.
Everybody say hi.
Hey, Lemon.
Hey, Lemon.
It's the China syndrome, the early years since Wilford Brimley wasn't it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Kapla, Curtis. Welcome.
Hey, Curtis.
Kapla, Curtis.
Curtis.
Yeah.
And everybody say hi. All right.
Yeah, so the actress who played Courtney did work on a few soap operas like Days of Our Lives and General Hospital. She's kind of one of those actresses.
Yeah. So anyhow, John here had to come up here, and he just. So how many of you guys decided to run away when your guys were about Ben's age?
16?
Don't think I ever actually did.
No.
Not seriously, anyway.
No, I never thought about it. I knew eventually when I was going to go to college, I was going to get out of the house. So, when I turned 18, so.
No, I figured every kid
I was too lazy.
I figured every kid at least once was like, "Fuck it, I'm out of here."
Oh, I thought about it. Sure, I thought about it. But I was smart enough to know that I had no frickin' place to go at like 13, so I just never bothered.
Well,
like,
Suzanne, my honey Suzanne here had to leave home when she was 12, and she really had no choice. She had to leave. So, she left her home at a very early age.
Anyway, it looks like Ben's doing the same thing here.
Yeah. He's throwing things when you throw things into your suitcase, so-called suitcase or bag or something, you're really determined to get the fuck out of Dodge.
No, he's just pissed off.
Oh, yeah.
He's pissed off because his girlfriend or whatever walked away from him.
She's being a bitch and you dumped him.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, she worked in soap operas. They're typically bitches.
Hey, I had a girlfriend like that when I was Ben's age, and that was one of the luckiest things that ever happened to me was when she left.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Because I ran into her years later, and by that time she was looking exactly like her mother, and it wasn't pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She didn't age well. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Suzanne ran away. She never turned back.
She never turned back. Wow.
Well, that's good for you, Suzanne. You're independent.
Yeah.
You're very independent. Yep.
Going someplace, son?
I'm getting out of here, Daddy. I'm fed up with everything around here.
Sounded kind of sudden, didn't it?
So I just decided it's time for me to go. I'm going to Charlottesville and get me a job.
Something got you stirred up?
Daddy, I
think John kind of already knows something was going to happen eventually. I think that's the first one to actually talk about running away, ain't it?
No, they all struck out about that same time.
Yeah.
Jason just went to the music, and John Boy had already started in on his writing.
Yeah, but that was they're all 18.
I know. Well, we started the series with John Boy being about 18, and Jason was about 16 when he started traveling around with the band.
Yeah.
dumb kid. That's all people treat me around here, like I'm a nobody.
Ben, I haven't noticed that.
Well, a person can take only so much, and I've had all I can take. I'm going to show a lot of people around here that I'm not just stupid tag along.
You know, I think there's a place looking for men just like you called the Army. They'll straighten you out. They won't treat you like a kid.
I'll give that about another 3 years, and they'll be taking volunteers to go over to Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, it will be. Season 7, episode 10 is the start.
Are you saying that Ben does enter the Army?
They all do.
They all do. Oh, wow. Okay.
This is their patriotic duty when they got drafted.
Well, except like I think Jason was kind of like, I'm not gonna shoot nobody, but the Army has plenty of jobs for you where it don't require you to carry a gun. You can clean
So wait,
the latrines.
so wait a second. What does that mean with the women? They just stayed behind, right? Mary Ellen and Elizabeth and all of them just
Yeah, let's talk about that when we get to season 7.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
we're giving spoilers a little early, aren't we not, guys? Like
Yeah,
about,
but
like
nobody's
a year,
gonna
about a year and a half early. Like
nobody's gonna remember it a year and a half from now.
Yeah, nobody's gonna give a shit right now.
I can't remember what happened a week and a half ago, so it's all good.
Yeah, well, there we go. I can't remember
Want to go out
myself.
on your own, huh?
That's right. I'm old enough and I'm big enough now.
Oh, I like it. At least he's looking his dad in the eyes, but you can tell that he gets that disappointment because you'll see him look down, but then he'll look at his dad right back in the eyes. And God, just the eye acting with the eyes again. You don't. This is the cinematography. It's a lost art.
It is a lost art.
Yeah,
Yes.
they literally can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
It's physically impossible for actors to do that now.
Oh, thank you, Suzanne. I didn't know that. It's been a while.
Oh, we got some more here. And okay, say hi and thanks for saying hi. No problem. I try to say hi to everybody, even if it's not right away. There, because I'm trying there. And hey, man, Arnold, how's it going?
Hey there,
Hey,
Matt.
man, Arnold.
And best chance to volunteer for the military. There's a good choice. You may be drafted, and you know where that you will end up.
Yeah.
Hey, I think we should just go. We should just do the old Ukraine strategy there. Have a van pull up right next to you. 2 men jump out, put a bag over your head, and grab you and throw you in the back of the van. That's how they were drafting them in Ukraine there. And I got a bad case of CRS. Oh, I suffer from that all the time.
Yeah.
Mary Ellen served as an army nurse. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking that myself, but I didn't bother saying it. But yeah, Mary Ellen was in the services during the war year season.
Oh, that's right. Because last week we were watching the episode about her trying to get in to become a nurse. Okay, and then she did eventually become one.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, when you got thousands of men bleeding out in the trauma ward, they're not particularly picky on who's taking care of them at the moment.
Oh man,
Daddy, I gotta be my own man.
Don't you think maybe we ought to talk this over with your mama?
Mama knows.
Women don't understand that sometimes there's things a man has to do.
Oh God, that line would never get into
Wow.
something nowadays. Nowadays, that line would not get into anything there.
And yet the thing is, the line is totally real. It's totally realistic because that's the way real people talk.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, you know the best part about this is John doesn't want to deal with this, so he's trying to push it all off onto Olivia, let Olivia do all the yelling, but Ben doesn't want to do that, so screw it.
Oh,
Do
of
the
course.
extra thing, just let him go.
So,
Of course.
so he just became Ben, the sexist Walton. Okay, there he goes. Wow.
All right, son. Mama's not going to like it.
This would be fucking poster worthy right here. But no, he probably figures he'll get as far as what's that town that they're kind of close to?
Charlottesville.
No,
Charlottesville.
Charlottesville's 32 miles. There's a town that's like 6 miles away. Oh, I can't think of it.
I can't either right now, man.
Shell Rock or something like that.
Maybe.
They'll mention it later in the episode.
I'm sure they will.
Take along these socks. This sweater here.
Oh, so John's just helping him pack now.
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord, not another one.
Oh, how far can you get with no money?
Well, Ben always has $1 or $2 stashed.
Oh, now Mama's going to take care of this right now. Mama's not gonna let another one of her boys go alone there. She's gonna go take care of that right now.
She's gonna give that whippersnapper some talking. He must
No,
Suzanne,
it's not spoiled. We spoiled it more than anything there, but it's a year and a half down the road.
Yeah, it's not really a spoiler. Yeah.
And yep, there are things a man just has to do. Don't ask questions. It's what men do.
That's right, man. We don't ask questions.
Yeah, mamas know everything, son, even before you know what you're doing. LOL. Yeah, well, especially when he has 3 other people lurking him out.
Yeah, mamas are like the Secret Service. Yeah. They're like a CIA.
I love this for you.
Yeah,
I better be going.
You swear you better be going?
I'm going to Charlottesville and get me a job.
Without saying a word to your mother?
I was going to say goodbye.
And that's all?
Goodbye, Mama.
Daddy. And she's like, what? Wait, what? She's actually going to speak to me like this?
What did I do wrong with this man? Something wrong. Ah, crap, I failed my 2 sons now.
Let him go, Liv.
Oh,
did you give him permission without even bothering to find out how I feel about it?
Yes, I did.
John, he may act older, but he's only 16 years old. He doesn't know anything about the world or what he's getting himself into out there.
Well, guess who's not getting any tonight?
Oh, yeah, you're sleeping on the couch, John, man. No red oak for you.
Well, as far as tonight goes, there's probably only one kind of wood that John's thinking about anyway. It's not that kind of wood. It's the kind of wood that puts food on the table. That was a good one. That
was a good one.
Well couldn't resist that one.
Hey, Basil, how's it going? Go tell everyone the long lost Basil drinking ends here. Hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, welcome, Basil.
Hey, Basil.
Yeah, Basil, we missed you, buddy. Yeah.
Mama has eyes in the back of her head. Must have been something in the water. No, the eyes in the back of her head are Mary Ellen, Aaron, and Elizabeth.
Yeah.
This bubble would help him pack and send him off with his favorite lunch. Nice.
Oh, good job, Suzanne.
I'm surprised John didn't offer him a ride to Charlottesville.
Right?
Well, John probably figures if he wants to go out on his own in the world, he better be on his own.
Besides, he just doesn't have time to give him a ride at this point.
Yeah, he's too worried about his business, yeah.
Then I like this here. They had this intermediate thing here. Just got
thunderstorm.
Well, they got a storm of brewing out there, and they just pan over the mountains there. It's kind of like an indication thing.
Beautiful.
And Grandpa talks about the wind shifts there.
The old Dawkins mill?
Yes, the place closed up right after the Depression started.
That's right. A new company has moved in there, and they're selling lumber cheaper than we are.
Well, now, don't that beat all?
Don't know how they're doing it, but they're taking our customers away from us.
Well, Daddy, I've been thinking, and for a new outfit, they seem to have an awful lot of cut lumber already.
Well, I may be doing something we should know something about.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, whoa, I won't say it. Nope, shut up, Mikey, shut up. Yeah, I stopped myself. I didn't say anything.
I'll go over there and have a look.
I'll drive you over there. I'd like to take a look at what they're doing myself.
I don't know what snooping around over there is going to do.
We are not going over there and snoop around. We're just going over and have a look,
Is there really much of a difference? Is there really much of a difference?
There's a big
No, we're
difference.
not spies.
Snooping, Grandpa may be a little bit inclined to throw something into a saw blade and set them back a day or two.
Oh, no. You just gotta take old Blue in there and have old Blue kick over a lantern.
Yeah.
All right. Getting any trouble?
Well, we're glad to see you,
Point
Basil.
is,
I guess we're gonna have to put in more hours out in that mill.
Daddy, what's the point of working harder if they can sell
Maybe
lumber
we'll even
cheaper
have to
than
cut
we
our
can?
prices. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but maybe we're gonna have to.
So yeah, I got
And
the
now
storm.
it's a rainstorm.
And Olivia had to turn the look out the window, Theo.
Get rid of some of them young roosters and keep the pullets for layers.
John, this is the first time we haven't known where Ben is. Anything could have happened to him, and you're talking about chickens?
Liv,
What?
there comes a time when we have to trust the good raising we've given Ben.
All I know is Ben is we don't know where, doing we don't know what, on the most miserable night of the year, and you let him go.
I don't know. They both have a point.
They do.
Yeah, they do both have a point, but I know he's not going to get any for at least a week.
I do think Pa is in the right, though, in this case.
Oh, he's everything in the right, absolutely. But
Because
he's still going to suffer for it.
If he'd allowed Liv to have her way, Ben just would have just been moping around at home, pissed off and feeling like they're holding him back from life, and it just would have been a bad scene anyway. So let him go out in the world and learn something.
And hey,
I think it's more the fact that they probably have a lot of broken windows and broken chairs and everything to deal with. Instead of just letting him go, get his ass kicked in the world, then come crying back home.
That's often what happens. Yeah.
No truer statement has ever been said, Basil.
Let's see. Thanks, you guys. I've been working late and been exhausted after I finally get the clock out. I didn't forget about you, the great. Oh, I understand. Working late, work takes priority. There, you got to make your living.
Yeah, I totally get what you're saying there.
Yeah. Yeah. Good old John boy. Leave it to him to come up with the goofy ideas.
Yeah.
Or get Miss O'Leary's cow.
Oh,
is that the?
Oh, there you go.
Is that the one that caused the Great Chicago Fire?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it was a song by Paper Lace called "The Night Chicago Died."
Yeah, I know that. I know that story, and I know that song too.
Yeah, me too.
And let's see. Suzanne says, "My boy is 16 years old. And he is
Did we
smart
lose
enough to
somebody?
go out on his own."
Yeah, we just lost Resolute.
Yeah.
Whoops. Okay.
He'll be back. My boy is 16 years old. He is smart enough to go out on his own, and he can cook, bake, clean. He can even get a job making $60 an hour. I'm not worried about him making his way.
That's great.
Well, it's
That's
great.
wonderful.
It sounds like you raised him well there, Suzanne.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Curtis here is putting a cock in the chat.
Yeah, he's putting the cock in the chat.
We
Yep,
can
there
never get through a stream without a cock somewhere, can we?
Well, he got the ball rolling with his cock block over at the school.
Well, yeah, we did. Okay, we hit to have the cock block earlier in the episode here, so okay.
Hey, let's watch here. I don't need to have another discussion about roosters not having cocks and all that, and cocks having twisted fucking corkscrew dicks.
Oh, I remember that one when Suzanne put that in the chat. Yeah, that was entertaining.
Stop. Please stop.
Thunder sound pissed of my dogs.
His dogs. Yeah, the thunder sound.
Oh. Oh yeah. Let's see. Oh, hell had no fear like a mama scorn.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. All I got to teach him now is how to drive and how to build his own house. He's learning renovations now. Nice.
Nice. Yeah.
And Jim Storm scared the dog.
Scared my dog.
And that says she's trying.
Hey, if at age 16, if he can bake and cook and do all that stuff, I think you succeeded, Suzanne. Seriously.
And we got Cocky cow. I'm not gonna touch that one with the 10-foot pole.
Cock and bull.
All right, so here we got this here.
Oh God.
Oh yeah,
look,
this is
it's
a
near the
good.
Red Oak.
Okay, yeah, this is a good scene. Let's watch this one.
Yeah, okay, we will. It is a good scene.
I don't know why they decided to come up over here instead of actually going and checking out their mill.
Well,
this is a
maybe
little bit
his
more
grand-
important than the mill.
Yeah.
They know
Well,
what's in
maybe-
the mill.
Right. And Grandpa had a good idea. Maybe they should check the ridge. Good thing they did.
That's the reason they can sell lumber cheaper than we can. They just tear the place apart.
Blind, ruthless cutting on a slope like that. Erosion washes soil away. No care, no replanting. Oh, they've got a lot to learn.
Clear cut logging.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what they do nowadays. And does Grandpa's voice sound different than that? Like almost like a dub over a little bit with someone else?
I'd have to hear it again.
No, he's just putting a little more emotion into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
let's get out of here.
Does sound a tiny bit different, maybe, but it's probably just extra emotion.
Yeah, he is pissed.
Yeah.
Well, he's disgusted, really, because they used to get away with clear cut logging up here because the logging industry used to be one of the biggest economic things up here. And then at a certain point, they just outlawed it, and they can't get away with it anymore because it does a lot of damage. You know, like with erosion and stuff, it just really damages the landscape quite a bit.
Yeah. So Ben comes in here. He's trying to find the foreman there. They kick his ass out. Then they both are talking. They decide they're both gonna go look for Ben. And Grandpa.
I'm learning everything about these forests and having proper respect for them.
Oh,
So that's Elizabeth and Jim Bob, right? Yeah.
Can you imagine living on a place where you know, like every tree, every rock, every as large as that?
Well, he should.
Look over there at that.
Years he planted half of that forest.
Yeah,
the thing is, too, back in those days, so-called progress was a lot slower than it is now, right?
Yeah. Well,
like
now
you could probably live your entire life in a small, community like Walton's Mountain, and hardly anything would change. And if you live to be 90, there might be almost nothing that actually changed, in your environment, because it was just different back then. Especially, I would assume in a rural area like the Waltons are in, right?
Yeah. And here now we just have progress for progress sakes.
Well, here in my boomtown city, there's a new not skyscraper, but a new condominium tower or apartment block or something. It seems like every week there's something new. It's like just the last couple of days when I was trying to work here, at my desk, I hear this, it started last night and it was like, this pounding sound. And I was trying to figure out what the hell is that? And then I thought, you know what? I bet it is. When they're putting up a new building and they got to pound the, I guess, what is it? The pillars into the ground or whatever.
Yeah.
They have those machines that pound the steel girders or something into the ground. I mean, I'm not any good at, architecture, but, and I thought to myself, damn, I bet that's it. Cause they just demolished like 3 houses, a couple of blocks from here about a month ago. Right. They just leveled them, and I bet they're putting up a bloody condo or something. And they're starting construction. And when they do that, of course, they're going to start to, they have to, I guess, put the pillars into the ground. I mean, I'm not, as I say, I don't know much about construction methods, but I'm guessing that's what it is. So once again, even close to where I live, the city is changing constantly.
Yep. So we got this scene here. It's a great scene.
What do you see?
Big old tree.
How old? That tree there was standing when this whole land around here was a battlefield during the war between the states. Of course, it was a mere young thing then, but if you look closely, there under the bark, you could see a bulge where a Union musket ball.
Oh, I love his explanation on how he knows that it was a Union musket ball.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I like that.
I think Grandpa's kind of telling a tall tale there, perhaps, because don't trees sometimes get these bulges naturally? Like, I forget what the word is, but it's like some kind of, I don't know if it's really a flaw in the tree, but it's sometimes trees develop these things.
Oh, knots
these
in
outgrowths.
the trees.
That is usually those knots. Usually, that's when something's interfering with the growth, like a musket ball would.
It could be.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know if Grandpa would have had that knowledge, but firsthand, well, he'd be pretty young.
It's a fun story.
Young.
It's a fun story.
PvP, put it this way: I'd rather him exaggerating about a past war involvement with a tree than reveal the secret of Red Oak to the kids.
Well, no, you can't do that.
That's what I mean. I'd rather have the exaggerations.
All right, let's get back to this here.
Why Union?
The Virginians were better shots.
They
This
were
big
not.
tree here back of us was standing when I charged up San Juan Hill with Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah.
That clump of trees over in there on the other side of the ridge, they were started along about the time Orville Wilbur Wright flew the first airplane.
You know, it's kind of funny how you can, with all that there, how you can just.
Well, yeah, he would know it. He's the one who planted them.
Yeah, he's going about the tree dating.
Yeah.
When he planted it the first time, he knew exactly what was going
on.
on.
A whole bunch of white cedars that I planted the very year you was born, Elizabeth. And over there, that young clump of alders, they must have started just about the time our depression was starting. But there's something much more important and older than that, even.
Here he talks about the soil. It takes 100 years for like an inch of growth there, but that's just more important thing. Yeah. Oh, this here. I love this scene.
There's no need to drive like a speed maniac. The faster we go, the sooner we'll get to bed.
Now, they're bitching about 20 miles an hour. Hell, I drive through town faster than that.
Yeah, it's not like she's. Yeah.
I love how Grandma thinks 20 miles an hour is making her a speed maniac. It's fucking awesome, really. It's really great.
But you know that Pikes Peak climb they have with the race cars? You got those guys going over 70 miles an hour, and there's no barriers. It's a dirt fucking road, and they know if they make the wrong move, they go plummet to their death. So I don't know why Grandma would be screaming like this guy. 20 miles an hour. Yeah, I don't understand that.
Let's catch up on chats here. That's one lucky 60-year-old for sure. Basil, thanks for the camera. Yes, it is. Somewhere an idiot cries. No cry. Watch out for snakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pa may not be getting it for a week, but Grandma get it on every night.
Oh, Curtis!
You've been talking to PvP there, Curtis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've become too much of an influence on Curtis lately. Actually,
yes, they do, Curtis.
He's actually when I've joined. Usually he does what is was it his Thursday political streams, and sometimes I finish work early enough to join in on there for a while, and I just am in the chat. But he's good enough to let me post the occasional video about crazy politics up here, and he's actually played a couple of things I sent him a few times, which is kind of cool of him to do. So yeah. Oh, by the way, I just put in the private chat what I was trying to find for tree knots, and they're called burls.
Burls, right?
Burls. Because I remember them because I used to do a lot of woodworking at one time, and I remember burls were like these weird misshapen knots in the side of a tree trunk. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that topic.
Banging I was muted. Can you guys hear me?
I can now.
I can hear now.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Suzanne says, you're welcome. It's a good thing for a young kid to be able to learn from mom and dad to do the various things around the house, and eventually they'll be able to do some. Yes, it is. Tim, if we don't pitch in to clean up America, we don't be America anymore. Oh no. And basic things in life
that was an old TV ad. Yeah, I want to explain that quick. That was an old TV ad. So when you talk about somewhere an Indian cries, there's a TV ad where there's an Indian in full dress regalia who's standing in the middle of a landfill with all these garbage and everywhere around. And it says, if we don't pitch in to clean up America, there won't be an America anymore. Oh, no. And you have to see this, a tear come down from his eye. It's a very old ad. That's what he was referring to.
Wasn't he standing up by the side of a highway, though? I don't remember him standing in the middle of a garbage dump.
Was it a highway? I thought it was
a highway.
It was a highway, I believe.
It was a highway. He was shedding a tear because a guy threw a can out of a window.
Yeah, I remember that ad. That was like, what, 1970s, that ad, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why Tim quoted it.
All right, so Basil says, basic things in life, you grow with it. Yeah, they use hydraulic jacks to pound in the footings, PvP.
That's Thank you so much, Suzanne. I was thinking some kind of jack. Yeah, hydraulic jack. And they are pounding. They must be pounding in the footings because they were going this morning before I even woke up. The damn noise woke me up early. And then they were still going until about 5:30 when just around the time I finished work, they stopped finally, the SOBs. But yeah, it's noisy as hell, and you could almost feel the vibrations, and they've got to be a couple of blocks away at least. So it's insane how noisy those things are. Yeah.
And
I'm just afraid I'm going to be listening to them when I'm trying to work for the next week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or however the hell long they'll be pounding that stupid stuff. But oh well.
Yeah.
They use those jacks in our building too, so you can imagine how painful it is to hear them go throughout the day too.
And Tim
says
it's
not fun.
And Tim says the Civil War was still a living memory at that time.
Yeah.
And Basil, no mom and dad, just be grandma. Yeah. A lot of parents today don't give a damn about their kids learning anything but how the bullshit game controller.
Yeah.
And if they were that good, how come they lost the war? There, I said it, Grandpa.
There, I said it, Grandpa. You said the Virginians were good shots. That's bullshit.
No, that's because they were using muskets. That's about the time we got the repeating rifle.
Oh yeah, the Colt rifles you're talking about? Yeah, exactly.
And Basil, he does play a lot of games, but he also does laundry.
Aww.
Hell if you put Granny behind the wheel. Look out, she's a demon on wheels. No, it's Olivia driving.
It's Olivia driving. Liv. not Grandma.
And she has a different driver's license. That's as good as their grandma is a good world experience. I learned how to make and cook some good food for my grandma.
Aww. Yes. Yeah. Good job, Basil.
So anyhow.
You remember when Jim Bob ran away? And then there was my cousin Irish's boy. He ran off to make his fortune, and he got as far as Portsmouth.
What happened to him?
What happened is that he got the tar whipped out of him because when they found him, he'd spent the night at a speakeasy bar down by the waterfront, filling himself with liquor.
Wow.
They got drunk and got an ass whooping.
Yeah, there we go.
Libby, you're going 22 miles an hour.
That's so funny.
Oh God, that's too funny. Oh man.
No, I suppose in those cars on those roads that might feel risky, I suppose.
Yeah. It might be a little it might be a little disarming. It's kind of like going around those boulders and stuff and you're still going 25 miles an hour.
Those roads are pretty primitive by our standards, so.
Oh, absolutely primitive. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyhow, there's a washout on the C&O line, so they're going to need a lot of lumber to fix the rail line there. So John and John Boy, they're headed off to go see if they can get the contract. And Grandpa's pissed that they left him behind because he wasn't around. And Ben here's trying to get a job as a clerk. He's talking about experience, blah blah blah. And they're all going everywhere, blah blah blah. Now look who beat him, Murdoch's here.
Hey, look, I'll get back to you later. What do you want?
I'm John Walton.
We heard about the washout. We'd like to sell you some
Bill
lumber.
Cobb, Murdoch Mills. Sorry, but I got that contract all wrapped up
Just
for the
a minute,
washout.
Cobbs. Frank Willis.
Willis, my son here.
You here to sell lumber?
That's right.
I need a lot of it, and I need it fast. Right now, I can take both your mills turn out.
Hey, PvP, I've seen that actor before, the one on the left.
Yeah, I just want to watch
What?
the scene first, Maggie.
Yeah, okay, go ahead. I'm just saying.
Because this is the first
thinking
time
right
we
now,
see
I
this
get it.
guy, right?
You know, sir, we'll
Yes.
Yeah.
be on our way.
Daddy, Mr. Willis, just a minute. I'd like to ask you a question.
Shoot.
I see you're advertising for bids on your warehouse contract. Looks to me like that's going to take a lot of lumber.
Take a lot. What about it?
Oh, I got an idea. What if the first mill to deliver the order for the washout site gets the warehouse contract?
That's a thought, all right. Not a bad one.
Yeah, John Boy's proud of this, and John's like, oh fuck, what's John Boy trying to get me into here?
John Boy's thinking on his feet, though. I'm very impressed with this scene.
Yeah.
It's okay by me.
Daddy?
The more I think about it, the better I like it. We'll see how fast you guys can cut lumber.
The first mill then to deliver a load of clear locust bridge stock to the washout site wins this warehouse contract.
That's a bargain.
That's kind of heavy lumber. It takes time to mill that.
Daddy, we can handle
John Boy's
Not
like,
very confident.
Hey, shut up, I got this.
Well, he
Shut up.
knows. I think John Boy realizes if he didn't step in here, the competitor was going to get the contract anyway because he'd already almost got it when they got there. So he's like, "What have we got to lose, right? This way we get to compete and possibly win the contract."
Yeah.
On a deal he knows they can't legitimately win.
Yeah. So the taller guy, PvP, is William Lucking, and he's a well-known actor. We lost him about 4 years ago, 2021.
What was he in?
He's known for, let's see, he's known for Red Dragon, which was the prequel to, Silence of the Lambs.
Right.
He was in the Limey. He was in the Limey with Terrence Stamp. He was in
that's good.
Contraband.
That's a good one. We should watch that one sometime. That's an excellent.
Yeah, we should watch him in the one with Sir Anthony Hopkins, The World's Fastest Indian from 2005. That was a great.
Remember
film.
that? Was that
I like
about the
one.
motorcycle?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, he was in that.
I
Yeah,
did
we
recognize-
lost him. Yeah, we lost him on October 18th, 2021 in Las Vegas.
Okay, because I did remember his face. Like I was like, this guy's really familiar. I know I've
Yes.
seen him in something else, right?
Yes.
And he
Yeah.
definitely has a presence. I gotta say, he's definitely got a presence. This guy, kind of menacing here a little bit,
Yes.
actually.
Yeah. yeah, he's very menacing in that.
Oh, for sure.
And Jeremy, I'll catch up on chats here for a second.
Yeah, let's.
Well, I think there's
basically
only two.
all. Yeah, there's only two of them.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, Suzanne,
Need
make
to-
you sure you teach him how to sew. He's got to learn that. Yep. He's already getting
Already,
100.
little Hunter.
Yeah, we're caught up. We're good.
I guess Gorilla had to step away for something.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so play this a little bit more.
Well, John,
Sure.
you want? All right.
So yeah, they're off. And John doesn't say a word all thing.
Did I talk out of turn back there?
No, son.
Yep.
I just don't like doing business that way.
What do you mean? Oh, you talking about the competition?
Well, you either got to compete or you're gonna go out of business. So therefore,
He
has
just
to-
doesn't like making deals that he knows he can't fulfill on.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, they're talking.
But
They got a lot of work there.
sometimes if you want to get a chance to get any business, you gotta put your foot in the door and compete, even if you're not sure of your chances of winning it.
No, it's not that he's not
Yeah.
sure. He knows. And say if it was a honest competition, they would have lost very badly.
Well, I know John Boy meant well. You know, this one thing I'm wondering, is this still the old original sawmill early on in the series? Because didn't they get the new upgraded sawmill?
Yeah, what
like a
happened to the
season
new
ago?
mill that they built? They
Yeah.
built this whole new mill, but yet they're not putting it that's set to use.
Well, that's what I was confused about, because I remember, like, what was it, about a season back, about a year's worth of episodes back, like, I don't know, dozens and dozens of episodes ago. I thought they were building that big, spiffy, fabulous new mill, next to the old mill, and then now they're still working at the crappy old mill. It's no wonder they can't compete, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't get it. Like, what happened? Something with the production problems or budget problems, or I just wonder why we didn't see the new mill in action.
It
Probably
wasn't
haven't built the
conducive
set
to
yet.
filming. They have the set there, but the space in it is quite limited. They're using the open air one because it's just a lot easier to film.
Yeah, but it doesn't make any sense story wise. Is what I'm trying to say, Jerm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found out. I also found out that Warner Brothers used the Murdoch mill in this one. That's their actual lumber yard that they used to build sets for Warner Brothers Productions. So they didn't do much creativity there. They just used their own building.
Cool.
Why not? Why not?
I
If it
know,
works, it
right?
works.
To save money. Yeah, I know, but it's funny. It is.
If it's there, use it.
Yeah, no shit.
All right, so Grandpa's all pissed off that they didn't invite him over there, and blah blah blah. So he has an idea, but he's excited about John Boy's idea there. Says that's good news. He likes the idea of the competition, so they all get to work. And who foresaw this coming?
Okay.
That Ben was going to get picked up by them.
I actually
saw that.
did.
Yeah,
that was.
I actually didn't foresee this. Actually,
Oh, you
I
didn't?
probably should have, but I didn't.
Yeah. So there, he tells him he has milling experience, blah blah blah, and then he's gonna. Might have a job. He falls asleep.
You just sign here to make sure you got it.
Okay.
He's helping them. Hey.
Yeah. So yeah, he recognizes them and he takes off on him. He goes here, blah blah blah. I love this
He's a
scene. This
good
made me
cousin.
laugh.
Harsh and chase. Right. There's this table set.
There's nothing to set it for. Mom and Grandma took John Boy's car and went into Charlottesville.
What for?
Hi, Ben.
What is happening
Well,
around this house? Get that dress
In
off
a
the table and get
situation
this
like
table
that,
set.
you girls need
Mary
to take
Ellen.
the initiative and start dinner yourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta say, I give the girls 10-point demerits here for being lazy and not doing their womanly duties as far as preparing the supper.
I'd go even further. I'd give them 100 demerits.
Oh, can't be that mean.
Oh, good. Now that's just being harsh there, Mikey.
So
well,
besides, we've
it's
only
the
got,
fix the food.
but we only got what we got Elizabeth and Ellen here, like or what's the
They're all
middle
three
name?
there. They're all
Aaron.
three. It's Aaron.
They're all
Try to
three.
get
And
some
Aaron,
food on the table.
Aaron, Mary Ellen. You got all three of them. There's no reason.
Oh,
There's no
Mary Ellen's hiding
excuse.
in the background. Okay, now I see her.
Oh, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
There's no excuse. They should be. They should
Oh,
have
Mary
some
Ellen
fun
should have
stuff,
snapped them into line and said, "Let's get the cooking going
agreed.
here, girls."
Agreed.
All right.
GVP. Agreed.
Yeah.
Talk about cooking going.
I kind of thought this was kind of a weak scene that way.
Olivia, do you know what time it is?
Yes, I do.
Wow, she finally got home. I thought she died. 25 miles an hour.
I am kind of. I did kind of find this puzzling though that the girls didn't actually start any kind of supper preparation.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
They don't do nothing unless they're told to. So
Yeah, this is okay. This is one of those episodes again where we got Mary Ellen, who one episode she's mature and all growing up, and the next episode she's like a useless little kid again. And it flip flops like that too many times with when it comes to her character, I find.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what time it is?
What are you doing in here before dinner's ready?
I would like to know what is happening around this place. We put in a hard morning's work. We come in here and the meal is not even started.
You want to know
Now
what's
he's getting
happening,
pissed.
John?
Yes.
We get to watch the big old fight here.
All right.
I'll
Go
tell you
get
what's
him,
happening.
Olivia.
I have not seen our son Ben for 24 hours. That's what's happening.
Olivia,
Oh, man.
Howdy, everybody. I hope I'm not walking in on the middle.
Oh, yes, you are. All right.
Oh, I can't see. Bad timing.
That's great timing by Ike.
One of the few episodes where Ike is actually very, very relevant, though.
Yes.
Please continue if you want to, Gorilla.
Yeah, go ahead, Gorilla.
No need for long broken silences here. Oh, Gorilla stepped away again. Oh, shit.
Oh, crap. Okay.
His cat is probably trying to eat him again.
What?
His cat or his kid or any other number of things trying to end him.
Jethro's trying to bite Marissa. He's trying to eat her.
He's trying to bite Marissa? Hey,
Yeah.
she's an appetizer. That's not right.
I'm gonna repeat that one there, Mikey.
There we go. There, that's perfect. That's the perfect one.
Oh boy.
Marissa, get away. The cat's trying to have you as the apple.
Okay, she wants to know what you said. So, Mikey says you're an appetizer. You're not supposed to be eaten.
Oh God. Oh, this is good.
Oh man.
All right, so back to the episode.
What can we do for you, Ike?
Oh man.
Well, I got a surprise over at the Murdoch Mill today. Do you know that Ben is working over there?
You saw Ben?
He's working for the other mill.
So Ben.
I'm gonna go over there and straighten him out.
I love how Jason just.
You're not
I'm
going
gonna
anywhere,
beat his
Jason.
ass. He's gonna go
I will
beat his
beat you
ass.
down, damn you frick. Yeah.
You are not going anywhere. If Ben wants to work for the Murdochs, it's his business.
Well, at least we know he's safe.
Safe. He's working for the other company. The Murdochs are not our enemies. They are trying to make a living just like we are. And they're probably eating better.
So, is John right or not?
That last one came right out of Olivia. Right
Now,
out of Olivia, that comment.
That's like you're in the ring and all of a sudden he just, pasted Olivia a big old knockout blow, man. Oh.
Yeah, she was
I think
wrong
he's
to go
sleeping in the
searching
yard.
for Ben.
Yeah, he's sleeping
totally
in the
wrong.
shed.
Oh, he should be pissed off. I mean, he's had a shitty couple of days, and he gets home and he doesn't have any food like on the supper table. It's like, yeah, I don't blame Pa for being pissed off at all.
Yeah, no, I know,
Hey.
but it's the same. Yeah.
Hey, Jared, do you want to go through the chats here real quick? Well,
Okay. Sure, he enjoys going hunting. Duck hunting is pain in the ass at times, but it's fun. Yeah. I don't know how fun that is. Deer hunting is a whole different world for sure. I never really enjoyed bird hunting, but the deer hunting, that's a little bit better. Ducks and everything, I never really liked that. Dog is a lot more useful there, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
that's
that's
big
impressive.
game. Deer, moose, and elk.
No ducks.
Holy
Wow,
crap.
that's impressive.
That's impressive. If he's bagging moose at the age of 16, I'm impressed.
I'm really impressed. Show me what
Hey.
gun you're using for that.
I got a question. I got a question for Suzanne though. Once these animals have been shot, How do you what do you take what do you do with the carcass? Like you have a nearby butcher that can cut them all up, prepare the meat and chop it all up, and you stick it in your freezer, or like like you've got to be doing something, right? Like if you bring a moose down, you're going to be eating for like a year. Those suckers are big, right?
Yeah. So we ready to go back to this?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So
let's go. Let's go.
They're talking about the contract there, but the guy offers them they're trying to get this thing out there. He's offering them extra buck if they can get the order out before the Waltons, blah, blah, blah. And Mama tells him to go get Ben, blah, blah, blah. Either that or she will. So he goes and gets her. Then they snap a thing here. Grandpa has a plan up his sleeve here. I gotta wait for it to catch up here.
Yeah. They're lucky they have such a sneaky guy like Grandpa on their side.
Oh, where were we on the chats?
The last one starred.
The last one starred was one I.
Here we go.
They gotta wait for this thing.
Probably
caught up. We're a little bit behind.
Okay.
Basil, cool moose, and elk are huge animals to take down.
Oh, yeah, they are.
He's 6'4", 350. That is a huge kid. You'd need to put him in a linebacker's uniform.
Yeah.
D-line's okay too.
Yeah. At PvP, 3 cougars just spotted cruising through the backyard in the Okanagan. Ooh,
I'm just having some corn chips, so comment in a second.
Ooh, shit, he's gonna be hit for a world of hurt for saying that.
Hey, Suzanne, what part of the Okanagan were these cougars spotted in?
A backyard.
Yeah, but backyard in what city? If Suzanne would probably know.
I don't know.
I don't want to get eaten by. I don't want to get eaten by cougars tomorrow morning when I go out for groceries or whatever.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Grill, have you noticed at the show that the boys are forced to do stuff, but the women do nothing, that are very hard and stuff? Well, Grandma and Grandpa cook, clean, and sew, Mary Ellen and Aaron sometimes get forced to do this stuff, but not very often. John Boy's always been put to work. Jason kind of. There. Basil, no interest in sports, computer geek, yeah. Oh, he sealed his fake sleeping solo. His fate of sleeping solo, yeah. PvP, I agree. Olivia's just being a terrible wife, not having food on. Yeah, she should have trusted his thing there. And welcome, Jeff B. Should have ordered a pizza. Hi, girl, pale shit. Yeah, hey, Jeff. Wait, yeah. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just not seeing my thing move, that's all. Alright, so Grandpa takes him off. He got yelling, so he's going off there. He's talking about blah blah blah. Not a very good scene. And they're saying he's got to beat the Waltons thing, so Ben Milo says quit. He can't work for him. He's competing against family. The guy said if you don't, he has a Walt. Oh, actually.
For you anymore.
Yeah.
For the warehouse contract. What's the matter with you? You getting hard of hearing?
I guess so.
See you tomorrow, Ben.
Yeah.
Ben's like, oh,
Mr. Hobbs, I'm sorry, but I can't work for you anymore.
What's wrong?
I just don't belong here.
Well, you're doing a good job, and I can't afford to lose a man right now.
It's my fault.
Why don't you stick around, Ben? It's always rough the first day, but tomorrow it'll get better.
Well, at least he's trying to keep around.
Well, the thing is, he seems like basically a decent guy, just trying to, as John said, make a living, and he's not like trying to cheat or steal or hurt anybody. He's just trying to, well, I think the clear cut shit is bullshit. I don't agree with that at all. But other than that, he seems like he's trying to run a reasonably honest business just to, make a living. So I can't hate the guy. Like, I didn't find him like, he wasn't like a villain or anything, which was good because, I like the Waltons because they usually don't have, mustache twirling villains in the show. And, I could see this guy's point of view. But anyway, continue. That's pretty much all I have to comment on. Oh, and Gorilla's away again.
Hey, PvP. We just found out that George Foreman died, age 76.
Poor George Foreman.
Wow.
Yeah, we have a girl. We have one of those girls here. We have one of the girls here.
Used to, yeah, she owned his grill also at one time. Yeah.
Wow.
Why did I say it used to own his grill? Oh,
so,
fuck. Do I have problems with my correction too? Damn it. Oh, yeah. Okay.
What can I do for you?
Come to pick up my brother here.
Perfect timing, brothers? John boy.
You better get your walking papers, Ben.
I already have. Well, I'd rather not have that, sir. If I knew of any contract, I never would have taken this job.
And if I'd known you were a Walton, never would have hired you.
Hey, at least you're being honest. At least you're being honest on that.
I like his honesty. I can't fault the guy.
So yeah,
maybe I don't agree with his methods, but for clear cutting, I disagree with that. But other than that, I can't see anything else I'd fault him for. You okay there, girl?
Yeah, that's a strong flavor.
Jeez, it must be.
Oh,
what are you drinking? Straight soy sauce?
Hey, at least tell me that had some good stuff in it.
What the hell are you drinking there? Gasoline?
Yeah.
What
is that stuff? Oh, it's some kind of vape there. It has a really strong, like, Tutti Frutti's flavored.
You're not supposed to drink the vape.
Don't do vape.
Yeah, don't drink the vape liquid. Jesus, girl.
You're better off just smoking cigars. That vape.
All right, guys, we're making great time here. I love the scene with Grandpa.
Okay, let's watch this.
He dives in there. He sees the burdock sea.
All right. All right, there you are. Hey, Ike, you remember that length of logging chain we used to pull Minnie Brewbacker's bull out of the Hardwick swamp?
Yeah, sure, I remember it. I got it out back.
Well, I could sure use that logging chain again if you feel so inclined.
Sure, you can use it. What are you aiming to use it for?
Well, we figure on taking the logging chain, tying it around our lumber, and sliding it off the truck into the Rockfish River, float it down through the Narrows to the C&O washout trestle. We are going to pull a fast one on that burdock.
Now, did you guys figure that Grandpa's just sitting here bullshitting Ike?
Yeah.
I know who he's bullshitting. He's bullshitting the Murdoch guys playing pool.
Yeah.
Those are the guys he's bullshitting because he knows they're dumb enough to probably swallow every lie he's telling them. Because Ike don't have a clue what he's talking about, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But those lumber guys.
I don't want you to breathe this to a soul, but we're going to have our lumber delivered and be on our way back home while that Murdoch outfit is still zigzagging down the old mountain road.
Zeb, those guys that are playing pool back there, they're with the Murdoch Lumber Company.
Uh-oh. Don't suppose they heard me, did you?
You didn't hear that there as old and deaf as Grandpa.
That's a good still, actually, Gorilla, because that guy in the black shirt is looking right at him. Going, I heard you, old man.
Yeah. It's got like blue overalls, kind of, but yeah, black.
Well, it doesn't look like it, Ed. I guess they can't hear you back there.
Thank you, Ike. I'll pick up the logging chain.
I think Ike knows what he's doing. Ike's
gonna pull some What was oh shit? What was the pranks they did on the guy on the wedding night? What was that again? Oh,
Jason?
yeah, that's it.
Hey, is that normal for the car to do that?
What did it do?
There. Looked like his radiator blew.
Oh,
He's
maybe.
just
Yeah,
overheated.
it is venting something, isn't it?
Yeah. So anyhow,
I can get some fuel to fix this thing.
Yeah.
I went
So-
like a
So now
jackass.
now Ben realizes he was like a jackass over a girl. Well, he's growing. He's slowly growing up. Yeah, that there comes that first girl when you realize you were a jackass and she was not worth dirt, and then you move on, right? Well, at least most of us do.
Yeah.
Go, Daddy.
I think
Sorry about
Suzanne
the way
agreed
I
with you on the vape liquid there, Gorilla.
Yeah. All right. So we'll catch up on chat right after the scene here.
Alrighty.
I went like a jackass over a girl.
Things happen, son.
There's one thing I don't think you understand. John Boy told me about the way you all felt when you found out that I was working for the Murdoch mill.
You won't be off on your own, son.
That's not what I'm talking about, Daddy. I never knew the Murdochs were taking business away from you. And if I had, I never would have taken that job.
Well, what do you think was going to happen when you work in the same damn fucking area? What do you think was going to happen?
Now, Gorilla, be nice. He's only 16. He
job that
just found out. He tried to go on his own. He found out that people are deceivers and liars. Okay, so there you go.
Well, nobody
Well-
deceived Ben though. I mean, they were honest when they hired him.
Yeah.
He was
But he's still in the business.
just being naive and
Right.
wanted a job because he was first time out away from home. He obviously needed to get a job, so he took the first job that got offered to him. And he wasn't thinking about them being competition to his dad.
Right.
Yeah.
And I took it because I didn't want to come home a failure.
Exactly.
Right. That is a good scene.
It's a great scene.
It was something you had to do, and you did it.
Yeah, and I wish I had a dad like
proud
this.
of you.
I know.
My dad was never this good.
Now get over here so I can whoop your ass, boy.
No,
He
my
wasn't,
dad.
he wasn't even that good. He didn't care enough to whip my ass.
Yeah.
I better get back to work.
Well, but to be fair,
did
my
something
dad
that
did
he
treat
got
me
back
fairly, and I did get discipline if I deserved it. So I'd
Yeah.
say my dad
All right.
wasn't quite Ralph Waite, but he was almost as good.
You're lucky.
All right.
Yeah.
Then we got Mama's punishment.
Just dropping by. Are you planning to stay a while? You can put your
Mama's
suitcase
always
down.
right.
Well, I can see Livy still got her panties in a knot here in this scene.
Yeah. Well, let's catch up on chats here. Well, one moose for every 4 years is plenty. Well, I need a moose. Didn't say
hey, Suzanne. What do you do when you kill a moose? Like, do you have a butcher that will butcher it for you, or you're probably like skilled with the knives and you probably chop it up yourselves in the backyard, right? Because I wouldn't be surprised if you do that, Suzanne, because you seem to be amazing at every skill. But I'm just saying that must be a lot of work to chop up an animal that carcass that big, right?
Yeah, plus the
So-
chopping block that she has probably
Well,
going to be very sharp.
I know here, in the valley, when I was a little kid decades ago, when people hunted wild game, there were butchers that would you could call up and say, "Hey, I just killed a moose or a deer or whatever the hell," and they get a time that week to take the carcass in to have it butchered by a professional, right? And then they wrap all the all the different parts of the meat up, and the customer would pay the man and take it home and stick it in the freezer for the next year or whatever, right? So just saying,
Yeah.
So if Suzanne could enlighten me, that I would be very, very grateful if you could, Suzanne.
Yeah, so Suzanne says George Foreman has passed away. Yeah,
Yeah.
that sucks. I got one of his stuff. Yeah, on the grill there.
Oh, Otis grill.
Big George. May his memory be eternal. Like, yeah, I think I have one of his grills. Yeah, they're nice grills. They work really well. He did face off the legend Ali.
Yeah,
He did. And have George
2 times.
Foreman grill. I love it. Grill. Some of my vapes choke me out too. Hell, yeah, no, that thing. I never vape. It's always cigarettes or cigars.
I think, girl, I think you're better off with cigars and cigarettes, because I've read so many stories about vaping. Because the trouble with vaping is a lot of people end up with the vape liquid in their lungs, and I've read stories about a number of people that have passed away because of that. Because you don't want liquid in your lungs, believe me, because that's why my mom died. So you're better off just to smoke your cigars, man. Like I would never vape. I would never.
Well,
vape.
the problem. Well, the thing with vapes too is why so many people want to kick their asses. Yeah, you're walking down the street there, you smell some watermelons. I'm like, oh, cool, someone has some watermelon. And then you turn around the corner, it's just some asshole fucking vaping.
Yeah. They call it the e-cigarettes. My youngest sister Elizabeth started smoking that bullshit, and she's dying. So
she's dying.
Let's see.
Yeah, I believe so.
Sorry.
Fuck. Is that because of the vaping?
Yeah, she went into vaping after smoking regular cigarettes.
fuck.
She started really early in her life. You know.
That's sad, Mikey. That's so sad.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
Yeah. And
This is why
coconut ice.
I hate vaping. I don't know. I wish the government would just outlaw this. It's better to just smoke a cigarette than to. At least a cigarette's not going to put liquid into your lung, right?
Yeah. But then here's the grill: coconut ice, green apple ice, and peach are harsh. Oh, this one was like some fruit striped gum or something. It's a lot of work, people. Once you're done, you are proud of all your work.
I'm trying to picture this in my mind, Suzanne. You got like how much does the moose weigh? Like what, a half a ton? A ton?
No more than that.
Well, okay. Number one question, Suzanne. Once your boy bags the moose like 5 miles away out in the woods somewhere, how do you get the moose to your backyard? Number one question.
A logging chain. A logging chain.
Oh yeah, right. They're going to drag the moose 5 miles with a logging chain. Good.
No, they're not.
Number two question: when you get the moose to your homestead, do you have a table large enough, big enough, and heavy enough to support the weight of a full-grown moose? And if you have somebody to hoist the moose up on top of the table, which I hope you do, because I wouldn't lift it. Once it's on the table and you start to chop it up, what is the process? Like, that must take hours, if not days. And do you put the parts of the moose in bags? As you bag the meat, do you stick it directly into the freezer? This seems like an incredibly exhausting process to me, Suzanne, I gotta say.
Yeah. And I understand that moose meat is good eating, but what about the antler? What do you do with that?
You hang it on your wall, Mikey.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, display, taxidermy. Okay,
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah. And speaking of hanging on the wall,
that's what Ben will be doing soon, right?
How is everybody?
Everybody's just fine.
Good. How are the
Oh, she's
animals?
pissed off.
Animals are just fine.
The fall crop's doing okay?
Oh, fuck.
The fall
You're
crops
gone
are
for
doing
2
very
days,
well.
not for 2 years.
yeah. And finally she snaps.
Talk
So
about
mad at
small
you.
talk, eh?
Do you know what it's like not hearing from you?
Well, I didn't think you wanted to hear from me.
I was walking the floor.
Why didn't think you liked the idea of me going?
I didn't like the idea of you going. I think it was very, very wrong. Now sit down.
She's one step short of saying, but your daddy was right.
She'll never say that. Gorilla, you're muted again.
Yeah.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, you were. Just for a moment. And Suzanne was addressing something to me real quick, so I muted myself.
I'll get you some milk.
All right, so they load the truck there.
Ramble on. Pay no attention to him.
What are you talking about, Grandpa?
Get him started, son. Your daddy's hard-headed, Ben.
Yeah, so they're loading up the wood here. John here knows something's up with Grandpa, but he won't know. But
yeah.
I hope you don't mind this one.
Okay.
How you met your husband?
Mm.
I could mean to bring you to take a chicken before he gets you in the yard.
What's going on here? I'm here.
Wait, Gorilla? Has Grandpa called his son hard-headed before? He has, right? Several times.
Yeah, he's always calling him hard-headed.
Okay. I just thought that was something new, and I was like, no. I know they've called him hard-headed before. So
anyway, this is where their competition is following Grandpa's really bad advice to float their lumber down the river.
That's all right. Why don't you just get in your truck and move it on down the river? Oh, no way. All right.
All right, so they're doing that. They're propping it up there.
that was
figure out.
That's a great sneaky way to do it, though. PvP.
Yeah.
Oh,
so they're floated down the river there.
Grandpa was the genius that saved them in this episode.
He did.
Oh, they're stuck.
I love too how Grandpa mocks them, does he not, in this scene?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He drives right by him.
Yeah, this is great.
That's awesome.
You weren't thinking of floating this load down the river, were you, Pa?
Now you know I'm not as crazy as all that yet.
There you go. Grandpa's still got a brain.
Enjoy yourselves. There's only 44 more of those sandbars to go.
No, they beat him there by half a day, by a full day and a half.
Can you imagine?
It took him a day and a half to float it down the river. It took him a day and a half to float it down the river.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck
So
yeah. Can
anyhow-
you imagine the torture of poling your way past all those sandbars? That would be insane.
Yeah.
They must have been so pissed off.
Let's go to sleep, everybody.
Yeah, and like the tortoise of Aesop's fables, like Bear Rabbit in the tales of Uncle Remus, my grandfather had outwitted opposition with his cunning. He arrived on the site a full half day ahead of the floating competition and rewarded the warehouse contract. It kept us going for most of the winter. Alrighty, so that's our episode.
Nice.
Oh, you might want to play a bit of the prologue here because it's kind of funny.
It is.
Oh, I was gonna share something else here, but
Okay.
Ladies, man. Let's go to sleep now, everybody.
Good night, Jason.
Good night, Elizabeth. Liv, there's something I'm going to do when this depression is over.
What?
Put up proper walls in this house so everybody can't hear what's being said in every other room.
Why you gotta do that, Daddy?
Good night, Elizabeth.
I just thought that was great, Andy, because we've touched on that before, how the kids can hear what the parents are doing, right? If you know what I mean. Wink, wink, say no more. You know.
Boom chicka wow wow.
So that made me laugh when I watched that last night.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. There's something something that was made special for this year.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Is it a cake?
No. Star Wars: The Waltons.
Oh my God.
I've seen this one.
I've not seen this.
Oh God. Oh, no.
Okay, let's be quiet so I can watch this.
These are for episode 14, The Intruders. Murdoch Wood Products was moved into
Quiet, my
the
king,
area.
please.
Sorry.
All right, so Murdoch Wood Products has moved into the area and has brought on the old Dawkins mill. They are undercutting prices and giving Walton and Southern up for their money and customers. And I got to be careful on how much of this I play at a time.
Yeah,
because
the
this is
music
most iconic music.
The music will get me in trouble.
You've played more than enough for the strike to come for the music.
Can you post a link in the private chat? Because I'd like to watch the whole thing later. If you could put a link in the private chat, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing it.
Did you actually create that yourself, Gorilla?
No.
Wow.
But if I would create it myself, I would have had it made there.
So who the heck is crazy enough as we are to actually focus on a Walton's particular episode and create that? That's amazing, actually.
Well, the same thing, people that made the thing here. So, Jeremy, I'll catch up on chats while I get the poll finished, caught up here.
Okay, let's see where we left off. 6 different vapes. That's a hell of a selection.
Yeah.
All preloaded units, delivered same amount each time, but they're helping me quit smoking. That's probably the best use for vapes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all that'll have liquid.
Yeah.
We're looking at cutting carcass in quarters PvP. Then hauling it back. Cutting it up.
Yeah. Yeah, then
Wow,
she just cuts it all up.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
she said
okay,
they had
that's
person
cool.
and family.
No, I was just seeing what she said with the antlers. She said they go to a local native family and they make crafts with it. Same with the hide. Yeah, that's what they do with some of the elk over in Arizona. Is the Navajo up there. When they kill elk and deer, they take their antlers and stuff and do the same thing. So yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah. And PvP when hunting, you take the chainsaw with you, recording you, drink it back, and have a manageable weight to work with. Yep. And Bethel
Okay.
says it's fun. All right, we're gonna start with Germ here tonight. You got Satieski going here pretty soon. What's your thoughts on this episode?
Relatively mundane episode. There wasn't anything really wrong with it. The guest stars were okay. The plot wasn't boring, so I ended up giving it a C+.
Nice. PvP, how about you?
Well, unfortunately, I guess I missed the chance to vote in the poll because I didn't do it until it was too late. But I'll give my rating now, which is just as good, I guess. I liked it. I thought it was a good, solid episode. There wasn't anything, stellar or groundbreaking as far as the Waltons go. But there wasn't anything really bad or terrible about it either. So it was a good episode. I don't know. And the weird thing was the so-called B story with Ben really wasn't much of a B story because it kind of actually fit in with the A story in this episode, right? Because both stories were all about, the competition between the mills. So I don't even know if there was I don't even think there was an actual real B story in this one. I mean, I know, Livy getting pissed off and her and grandma going and looking for Ben and all that. That could be a B story for sure, but it kind of just didn't more of just an A story for me. Still decent. I liked it. Nothing wrong with it. I liked Grandpa's subterfuge when he told the competition all that bullshit and screwed them up, so the Waltons could win the contract. Let's see. I'll give it a B-, I guess.
Okay, nice. Mikey.
Before that, I do have to get going.
Yeah,
I'll see everyone
Rip yourself.
tomorrow. Saturday morning cartoons. Tomorrow morning, we'll be watching Black Star.
Okay. Good night, Germ.
So
Bye,
we're
everybody.
shared it again, huh?
That's the one with the horse, right? The horse that talks.
Wrong Black Star. No, that's this is a different one. This
That's a
is
different
actually a little bit older.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
Bye,
Mikey, how would you rate this?
Well, I did vote for it automatically before I came up here to be with you on the panel. And again, Gorilla, you're a great host. I really honored and blessed whenever you asked me to be a part of this. I really do love working this with you guys. I wanted to say that. I hadn't sent it in a while, so I really do appreciate it. Yeah, as for the episode, I loved it. I gave it an A- because I think when I watched parts of it and then I saw the background, I always go with Judy Norton first, so she gives her background about it, and then I go watch it on my own. And yeah, I mean, everything she said was exactly right. And I think it was cool to see Wilford Brimley, even if he was in it for like a brief few moments, because I remember, growing up with the movies that Wilford Brimley did, and I thought he was always one of my favorite actors. And and same with William Lucking, because he's done a lot of action films, and that you noticed him in. And so to see him in this kind of way, being a little more understanding, like a boss, and trying to tell Ben, hey, you got to go your way, you got to do what you want to do, and being understanding. So I think with all of that in play, yeah, I like the A-. So yeah, I gave it an A-.
All right, sweet. I'm giving it a B plus there. It's kind of nice to have a Ben-centric episode for once, And it's kind of cool, even though it was a little bit predictable there, but it had some pretty good laughs there. It teaches the value lesson about sometimes you just gotta let it run away for a little bit. Get his head screwed on straight and all that. So I'm gonna give it a B plus there. So
yeah, it's right
so
around where.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
All right. So Dan says, thank you for hosting the stream tonight, Gorilla. It was great. And not a problem. PvP, I'll DM you later. All right.
Okay.
Peace out,
Sounds
everyone.
good.
Have a great night.
Yeah.
Have a good night there, Suzanne. And Sci-Fi said that's going, Rip George Foreman, and good night, Suzanne. All right. So I'm going to present the poll.
I have a sinking feeling that they want to hear shit from you again, Gorilla.
I'm number one. I'm number one. I'm number one.
Yep, you're number one again. God damn it.
45%.
Is that not always the way it goes? Well, a lot of the time.
I would say he had 11 votes.
Yeah,
I gotta say though,
36%.
I feel pretty good that I was in the B category with 36%. So I'm not going to bitch.
Yeah, and I'm fine with the 18%. I mean, I'm glad nobody voted in a C, but yeah,
Yeah, that would have sucked.
that would have totally sucked. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So I'm in the middle. I'm middling. I'm in the middle.
I'm in the middle with you.
Stuck in the middle with you.
Yeah. And, yep, George Foreman died.
Steelers
Good night,
wheel.
Yankees. All right.
Yeah.
So thank you, Battle Dragon. He has live streams and stuff on his channel, so make sure to check him out. And he also gives it a B.
Nice.
Thank you, Tim, also known as FKHC 2005, for coming. He has a few videos on his channel, so make sure to check him out. Here's the link to Sci-Fi Sit's watch party of Overlord there on his channel. So, but he also has a couple other things he does throughout the week, so make sure to check him out. Yeah. Thank you, Suzanne, for coming. It's scrolling. Thank you, Jeff P, for coming. I don't think he has anything on his channel. I think he's just a consumer. While I'm scrolling, PvP, promote yourself.
Oh, shit. Well, nothing going on as far as my channel. I got a lot of stuff around here to do this weekend. So I'm going to be pretty busy. I'm not sure if I'm going to be popping on too many streams over the next couple of days, because as I say, I really got some stuff I really need to take care of. But yeah, really nothing to report. I've got some bands I'm thinking of on the planning stages, but it's probably going to be at least a week before I get any of their albums posted up. So anyway, I just say stay tuned, and I already have thousands of hours of music on my channel. If anybody wants to check it out, there's all kinds of bands, probably from the 60s, probably mainly 70s, some 80s stuff, and so yeah, do feel free to check it out for sure.
All right, and thank you, Curtis Selby, for coming. Chris Selby has the politest political chat you'll ever meet. He tries to look at both sides there, but it's the politest political chat you'll ever see. Thank you, Matt Arnold, for coming. He has this thing called Matt Chats where they talk about various different topics there. But then he also has some cover songs on that thing, and then he also has some 3D printing. It's pretty cool. Check it out. Thank you, Jim's Landscaping LLC, #1 Commodore Productions, for coming. He has his puppy videos out there. Yeah, he's been starting to live stream more, and then he has his Star Trek fan films. There. And thank you, Scurvy, also known as Lemon Pie, for coming. And while I'm scrolling here, Mikey, you promote yourself.
Okay, well, at Mikey's Who's For, as you know, we do have our next Star Trek fan film. It's called Starship Farragut: The Crossing, and I'll have that uploaded and ready. Well, I mean, I'll have our preview, our review. Excuse me, our review of the show. I've already sent copies out so people can watch it firsthand, and then we'll do our own review of it as we always do at 1:00 Eastern Time tomorrow, Saturday afternoon. And as for next week, of course, we've already incorporated Get Smart into our list of shows that we do Monday through Thursdays at 1 p.m. Eastern. And of course, I want to ask for a special prayer out for our brother Larry, who's going to be going through his big shoulder surgery next week on the 27th, which is Thursday. So make sure everybody's praying up big time for him. As for playlists, I want to mention quick that I do have over 2,800 songs that Susanna had put together, and including some of those songs I recently added from PvP's playlist of Canadian songs and so forth. And Sting and Shaggy just put out a new song, which came out a few days ago, and I have that downloaded, and that's actually a pretty decent song. So if you get a chance, come to the Mikey's Who's For channel, and always expect the unexpected, everyone and everybody.
All right, thank you. And Basil, that's for the link PvP. If you can put that in the bubble chat there.
Oh,
and
geez.
as,
I'm no good at putting in my own link. If you could put the link in for me, somebody.
Now, so
I'm clueless of that kind of crap. I've had, I gotta say, guys, I've had the week from hell.
Yeah.
It's like I had one of those weeks where everything that could go wrong seemed to go wrong. And I'm exhausted right now. I've been looking forward to hanging out and relaxing with the Waltons for the entire week because it's been a bad week. And now I've got to go and do laundry tonight. I've got to do laundry because I'm so far behind. And my boss wants to come over to my apartment next week because she's got to install something on my computer for security, right? And my place is a pigsty right now. So she thankfully told me on Tuesday. But I
Gorilla.
I haven't done nothing the last couple nights to clean up, and I got to do something tonight. So I'm going to do laundry, and I got to start getting serious here about cleaning the place up. So,
gosh dang it, Gorilla, you're faster than me again that time. How did you do that so fast? I was already ready to put it in there.
Right to my subscriptions.
Oh well, there you go. Okay.
Oh
yeah.
Oh, I just wanted to ask, since George Foreman has died.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll put him in a large version of the George Foreman grill and cremate him that way? I hope that's
it would be appropriate. It would be appropriate.
Bastard. Now, all I'm going to be thinking about that the rest of the night, you fucking sick bastard. Where the fuck did you even fucking... No, never mind. I do not even
That was the first thing that popped in my mind because his grill is so famous for like the last 30 years or whatever now, right? And like everybody seems... I actually don't own one. I must be one of those crazy people that doesn't have one, but people have been swearing about how great they are for decades.
Yeah.
And it's like, as soon as I heard he died, it's like, yep,
yeah,
they're going to put George in the Foreman grill and cook his ass till there's nothing left but ashes, right?
All right, I got a fair price here. Even Basil says you're a sick bastard.
Oh,
I am a sick bastard. I never tried to hide that.
All right, but anyhow.
Gorilla, by the way, the one thing we did miss when there was just one goof, there was crew or equipment visible. When John Boy rode atop the lumber truck in the final scene, the edge of the green screen can be glimpsed on the far left of the forest landscape background.
Gosh.
Okay.
I didn't even know.
That was just one. That was just one goof. But
As
Yeah.
for me, we'll have Homestead on Sunday, Cigar Lounge on Tuesday. On Thursday, we'll have 2 more episodes of Firefly. Then our next episode will be. Come on.
The next episode will be
The Search.
The Search. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, Olivia
got it.
and Bob and them all get lost. So
Yeah,
then
they go to
everyone-
the car check and then the car breaks down. Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
it may
everybody
not
gets
let
lost.
me-
Wow.
No, but it may not let me play the music. So everyone
Yeah.
have a good night there.